Fabled Legacy is one of the most underrated games on Roblox, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already done so. So for those that don't know what Fabled Legacy is a dungeon crawler on Roblox that is heavily inspired by VCaFe's own dungeon crawler from 2019 called Dungeon Quest. Fabled Legacy's development team has been innovating and trying new things in the game, like new gameplay mechanics never before seen in any dungeon crawler, all while having some amazing balancing that makes the pacing very smooth actually. The game also has cool armor sets, epic bosses, and challenging gameplay that is balanced actually really well. The gameplay is very similar to Touhou if you've ever played that, since you have to dodge hitboxes and attacks from enemies and bosses to avoid taking damage or dying. But real quick, here's a shout out to my members. Thanks lads! Players are given a timer to complete the dungeon, and if they're not able to complete the dungeon in the given time, then they fail the dungeon and have to try again. Dungeons aren't the only thing that players can play in Fabled, however, as there's the new Elemental Raids mode where players can fight bosses for magical rings that boost their stats and provide some extra buffs that can benefit you. On top of that, there's also some gameplay variety inside of the dungeons as well. Well, kind of. This is true at least with the last two dungeons, which there will be more soon, but a lot of the game modifiers are only available in Cursed Marsh and above. But anyways, there's basically 3 difficulty modifiers available for the Chaos difficulty. Hardcore, which means that every player gets 1 life and the dungeon run is permadeath. Calamity mode, which is like Hardcore, but all mobs and bosses are buffed in health and damage. So it's kinda like an unofficial 4th difficulty. And No Hit, which means that all players are given 1 health point, and they have to go through the entire dungeon without taking any damage. If they do, well, then their subscription to life gets cancelled. So that's basically Fabled Legacy in a nutshell. One thing the community likes about the game is that the gameplay is simple, since there's only 3 classes in the game, those being Warrior, Mage, and Guardian, just like with Dungeon Quest, but I hate comparing the two. So basically anyone can jump right on in and have some fun. So if you're interested in the game, then it'll be linked down below in the description. Definitely go check it out, it is a lot of fun. Also, if you're enjoying the video, then make sure to not only like it, but also subscribe for more. I've got more Fabled Legacy videos planned, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Now I gotta show you some gameplay on the latest dungeon, Ragnarok's Descent. Dude, check out this lobby. You guys can't tell me this lobby doesn't at least somewhat look dope. Sheesh, got a waterfall. While it's not like super incredible based on some of the other games that I've seen, it definitely does look good. Like, come on. Also, this cosmetic looks pretty dope. Super excited about this. He said, the wagon. Call me Pathanax. Actually, I forget. I haven't played Skyrim in a hot minute. So yeah, right now in the game, there is 4 dungeons. Raided Village, Sunken Forest, Cursed Marshes, and Ragnarok's Descent. Ragnarok's Descent is the highest dungeon in the game right now. It's actually kind of dope. Chaos is 70. We'll see if we can get to Chaos before the end of this video, but yeah. Also, something that I find really cool about this is the fact that there's an AFK section. Like, what dungeon crawler has a freaking AFK section that gives you dungeon items? So I've got to lower the graphics a little bit because Ragnarok's Descent is too powerful for my PC. It's too powerful. But basically, also, that is hilarious cosmetic. Eggy wiggy. I just gotta wait for this guy to load. But yeah, basically, like, these dungeons are actually, like, super cool. Super innovative as well. Plus, resetting, you don't lose any time, which is quite nice. Attack patterns are cool. Like, the mob designs are just dope as heck, dude. Like, look at this. He is small. He shoots orbs at you. You must dodge said orbs. It's amazing. Now, personally, my opinion about this dungeon is that the dungeon is a little bit under-decorated. I feel like there could be something else added to this dungeon. Still looks great, though, however. Also, I am getting hard freaking carried right now. Boys, stop carrying so hard. Your backs. See a chiropractor. But basically, these boss designs are actually really cool since, like, there's custom mobs. These guys are actually mobs that it's like, they're kind of like kamikaze mobs where it's like, if they damage you, they actually explode and straight up die. It's kind of dope, actually. Basically, as a whole, I haven't seen, like, this kind of dungeon gameplay and, like, design in a hot minute. Why did I say hot minute? I've never seen this before. This is like, kind of new and unique and everything like that. The balancing is actually, like, really good. Like, I played with another guy that had similar stuff to what I did, and it was the same level, and it was a duo run. We were able to do expert just super easily. Plus, the attack patterns are, like, super consistent. Not too much RNG. There is a little bit of RNG, and honestly, with games like these, it's kind of hard to not have RNG. Boom. And especially with this dungeon, like, you'll see here in a minute, normally dungeon crawlers have, like, 2 bosses, sometimes 3 bosses. Like, Anime Dimensions had 2 bosses. This game's first dungeon had 2 bosses as well. Usually it has 3 bosses. This one has 4. And, like, it's implemented in such a good way that it's, like, very interesting. Plus, you actually have to freaking jump. And that sounds like a really bad implementation. Yeah, I'll get to that in a moment, but, like, basically, you have to jump over things in order to survive, and it's really cool. But yeah, as you just saw, there's also voice acting, which is dope. It's amazing. I love it so much. By the way, if you want to check out my guide on how to beat the second dungeon in Fabled Legacy, then make sure to go click on it right here. It'll be a good piece of info for you if you're struggling on Sunken. Dismissed?